4.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, girls and boys, children, heroes, villains, monsters, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, champions, players, non-players, gamers, non-gamers, non-binary dudes, people, persons, friends, pals, countrymen, people, Malaysian, global citizens, plague dwellers, and everybody. Welcome back to the Mentol Pecah podcast with me, Muzakir. And I used to introduce this podcast as the Malaysian comedy podcast featuring Malaysian comedians. But no, it is now just me talking. And about whatever I want to talk to, with the people I want to talk to with. Talk to with? People I want to talk to with. Hey, did you know I'm a writer? Ugh, alright. So... what is fun about this new format for season 3 is not only do I no longer really talk about comedy as much, I still do, but now I'm choosing to talk to people I want to talk to who might not necessarily be comedians. Hey, and this is one of the first episodes where we're going to do that. And our special guest for today is Puteri Nuraaina Balqis. Hello.
What's up?
You may know her as Puteri on the Twitters. She is not a comedian. However, she did get into the finals of the pun competition 2019.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you got into the finals.
Yeah, I was. Unfortunately.
Why do you say unfortunately?
Because I didn't win. That's why.
Oh, but you got into the finals.
Okay lah, can lah.
Your framing of things is like, oh, you got to the final. That's not nothing. So many people choose not to enter the competition, and you, of the people who chose to do puns, and you got on, and you got into the finals as a first-time performer on stage. That's not nothing. You know, I commend that. That's good.
Oh, thank you. That's just one of my super impromptu stunt. Like, I saw the poster, like, oh, you know what? I'll just torture a lot of people in the room with my lame puns. And I did.
Yeah, and you're known for like doing puns on Twitter.
I got a lot of my death threats from that.
Yeah. You got a lot of what from that?
Well, I got a lot of people want to kill me from my puns. Like, people want to push me downstairs. People want to stab knife in my chest. Like,
I mean, I'm sure they mean well. You know, they want to do that, but like in a nice way.
In the end, it's all about perspective. So, yeah.
Wow, what do you mean by this?
Well, it's either like I'm dead is a good thing, or I'm alive is a bad thing. Either way, like, you know, like whenever I make a pun, like people be like, "Handiam lah," or like people be like, you know, if killing is not haram in Islam, you'll be dead. And I was like, okay, sure, thanks. I take it as a compliment.
Let's view that in that way, because I haven't updated this mega thread in a while, but I did make a mega thread about the stuff I learned in comedy, and I did a thread about puns. And I still am not sure if I fully express what I think is the view I have about puns, and also I tried to explain why people groan at puns. I don't know if you read that one. Did you check out that one?
I have a reason why I picked up puns in the first place. Like
right. I mean, the question I had was, did you check out that thread? You didn't.
No, I didn't. But I will.
Okay, that's fine. What were you gonna say?
No. I just said like, I misheard you just now. But yep, I have my reason why I picked up puns in the first place. Like prior to 2015, I never made a pun at all. But after 2015,
okay.
I am unstoppable. I am inevitable. I am famous.
We're getting to the origin story of Pun 3. Well, okay, all right. So you're telling me there was a time, like there was a threshold before you got into punnery, where you dip your toes and then you get into the game. Explain yourself.
Explain myself.
Yalah.
Okay.
It seems like you were ramping up into a thing. Like, oh, before this, but then something happened. Like the veil, opened up for you. Your third eye became, what is it?
I just feel like my breakups always unlock.
Wow.
Yeah. My breakups always unlock a new level of me with myself. Like how I discovered puns is actually I was going through a breakup. And I was super sad and I was gloomy and it was a shitty semester for me. I was in my semester 3 back then. and
keep going.
And then there was just one day I went to my best friend's room and with this sad face, like, oh my god, I miss my boyfriend. But so I want to go and like lash out at her, poor girl. Anyway, so I did. I went to her room and the first thing that appeared to my sight was a quote on her wall saying that a book is like a garden in your pocket. To me, I was like, okay, deep, okay lah. And then I saw a floral cotton baju kurung. So when she came in with this very gloomy face of mine, I asked her, are you a fan of reading? No, why? Because your baju kurung has a lot of flowers. And a flower is like a garden in your pocket.
And then
that's
what
how
happened?
That's how it started. And then she.
No, but then what happened?
And then she gave me this unbelievable look, like, what are you saying? What is this? Who are you? And then I never stopped ever since.
Yeah, I'm with her.
and I
like, why would you do this?
I don't know. At that time,
yeah.
I have this one phase in my life where I can speak puns for 10 minutes straight in a conversation and people will just like, can you not? With like this very, very angry face.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah, I know, right? But I just can't stop because I find pleasure in seeing these people being miserable.
You find pleasure in what? Say again?
In seeing these people being miserable.
Who are these people?
My friends at that time.
Okay, let's try to unpack what this means. I don't think that's true.
Sorry.
One, that you like seeing your friends sad. That's not true, right?
No, I just feel like whenever I do a pun at that time, I feel like a small part of sadness inside me is being lifted.
Right. There's joy in being playful with words, for sure.
Yeah, I did, and I was a linguistic major, right? So I feel like, oh my god. So I read up.
I did not know you were a linguistics major. I'm really into linguistics.
I was a linguistic major, and then I feel like, and there's like research papers about like how linguistic and puns are shaping the society, blah blah blah.
This explains a lot, yo.
Sorry.
This explains a lot. So okay, sorry, go on.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm a linguistic major who do puns, great. But how I did put myself on the pun stage last year, that was time to another breakup. I just feel like, you know what, might as well just throw myself on the stage and like just practice whatever witchcraft that I've been practicing, which is puns. And I did. It was a very impromptu decision of mine. Just I saw the post on Facebook and like, oh, okay, let's hop on the stage, and I did. And I got blank half through the show, but I think I delivered okay lah.
Oh, like on stage, right? You got blank in the middle of being on stage.
Yeah, and I was like, shit.
Nah, that happens.
So yep. My breakup brought me to Joke Factory. My breakup brought me to know you guys. So that's why I say, like, my breakup experiences unlocked me several significant milestone in my life in general. So
I do think on the subject of breakups, I do believe that when people go through emotional trauma in that way, the way people overcome it is always very interesting to me. Like, because trauma is when you are faced with something that you are not yet equipped to handle. Kan? Like either emotionally or physically. Physical trauma is when you get assaulted and they say, oh, this is blunt trauma, right? Because the body is not handling it right. So similarly, emotional trauma, like a breakup, is that. And so when you're trying to build like a new, it forces you to sort of, a breakup, like any emotional trauma, forces oneself to find new ways to either express themselves or to process emotions, and I like seeing where this goes. Sometimes people pick up new hobbies and they pick up new skill sets, or they go and join a new circle of people, or they like you pick up puns.
Yeah, I picked up puns. I picked up a new habit of going to comedy clubs. When I break up, I break down a lot. So I try to go through the break in and break out, and apparently I break through. So
right. Yeah, congratulations on that one. Here's the thing about puns though. Like, are you aware that in stand-up, puns, like doing a run of puns, is like, okay, no, let's not. I was gonna say is in stand-up people hate puns, but that's not quite true. People groan as a reaction to puns. And do you understand that behavior?
Yep. It's a thought process.
Why?
Like, oh my god, no, this is funny, but no, I refuse to acknowledge it.
Yeah, but why? Do you know? Do you ever wonder why though?
I don't know, man. Like whenever I do pun, people are like, oh my god, no, because to them, like, it's so lame. It actually work. And your brain are just processing the lameness in the puns.
So for your so lameness, right? So I'm gonna get nerdy now with comedy. So in the benign violation theory of what makes something funny, is when you choose to violate something, an expected outcome of something, and you violate it in a safe way. That is what happens with puns, is you violate that safety of expectation in language. So a pun is when you take something, you see that, oh, a word has multiple meanings, or like a word sounds like another word, right? So that's the level of that's the wordplay where puns live. And so when you do that, the violation of expectation is so slight that it is, when people do the mental work of figuring out what you're saying, they arrive at the joke, and the joke isn't satisfying. You know what I mean? But you could have done this with a mistake, because puns are such a I don't mean to say this dismissively, but it is such a very low. It costs as far as mental load goes, it's very low. You don't have to think too much to understand what a pun is.
That's
so much so that Yeah, so much so that when a person writes a long essay, it is common to write "no puns intended" at the end, because you might just make a pun by accident. That's how common puns are. So in stand-up, when somebody comes up on stage and delivers to you a pun, it feels like such a waste of everyone's time. That this person uses a form of comedy that can be that can be stumbled upon by accident and presents to a person as if it's of value enough to come and sit down to a club to enjoy. You get the meaning? Yeah. So because of this, I think is why people groan, because you force them to do this mental load, and that is not even that satisfying, because the mental load is not big enough. Like, I'll compare this with like my long tweet about jogging. Do you remember that one? The jogging during MCO?
Yeah.
Like I did. Yeah. So I make everybody walk through all the different lines, and they get through the anger, and then right at the end, they reassure that I'm actually on their side. So that very, like, that little journey is satisfying. So they're like, oh, okay, this is good, and then they compelled to like reply, and then they go. Nobody says it's lame because the mental journey isn't that far, but a pun can be finished in like half a sentence. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you. That's a very Pandai explanation.
Right. So I'm not gonna acknowledge any of your puns throughout this episode, just so you know. So, but in the whole thread that I was trying to make, because I feel so bad, macam apparently disparaging puns, because I think punnery is important. to if you understand a language enough to make puns, then you are at a level of understanding that is competent. I would say above average competent, because you understand a word that has multiple meanings. If you can even understand it enough to know how to lead somebody to thinking it's meaning A when you're meaning B. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And to do that intentionally to form a joke, and that's really it shows mastery of language lah, and befitting of a linguistics major. And apa ni, the thing, and when I talk about this during one of my we did like a crash course for stand up, I mentioned that puns are not jokes. And I put that as an asterisk. Like, this isn't really a full rule. It's more of a sense the sense that I have, because if you go on stage as a stand-up and you deliver puns, I say you are wasting a lot of people's time, because it's better if you just it's better if your puns are part of a joke. So blah 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 blah. So when I say this, there's one dude, James Su. Was he the one who won last time?
No, I didn't. I did. Tak sempat.
Oh, you didn't stay. You don't know who won.
No.
Really? Is that it? You dapat final and then you left. My joke.
No, I think that after that I just went out for a while, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I just felt like I need some
Su,
fresh air.
Yeah. Okay. Performing is a trip, and it's a lot of heady emotions. Yeah. So James Su was in the room, and I told him that puns aren't jokes, and everybody turned to him when I said that, because he only does puns. And and I'm very sure he won the pun competition, because he goes on stage, he does puns, and he always gets groans. But if we give him more time than he usually gets, he'll get laughs again, because puns are funny again the more you tell them, because now people expect them, and when you give a bad one, people are like, oh wow, this guy's really going for it. You know what I mean? It's like how one fart noise is funny, 3 in a row is kind of funny, 5 is not funny anymore, come on, be serious. 12 is like, just stop it. But 733 farts is hilarious again. So yeah, you know what I mean? Comedy's like that, and I love that. So I was trying hard to like explain to people why I like puns, but also I don't. But also it's good to know how to write puns, but also don't expect much from puns if you always write puns. It's a complicated emotion I have with puns, huh? So yeah.
I think in a sense that whenever I went to Joke Factory and look at the stage, right, like I always had this thought like, oh, okay, I think one day I'll go up on the stage and bring some puns with me. But now I need to reevaluate my perspective and like decision on doing so, I think.
I mean, if you want to do stand up, I recommend you write jokes. It's about, you know what I mean, like a joke, like a joke has a well, you don't really go up to do on a stand-up stage and tell jokes necessarily. You can, you should, but there's a different expectation though when you do jokes as a stand-up versus when you be funny in improv, and versus when you're doing puns. So, but with puns, people want to know how clever you are. Can you make a pun in different languages? Can you make a word mean 3 different things in one sentence? You know, that is what people look at. Oh, this guy's really good with the language. But when you do stand-up, there is an expectation of people knowing more of who you are when you go on stage.
Wow.
You know? There's a lot of, when you go out, this is why people introduce themselves. People go, hi, my name is blank, I am here. and I blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And you go, ha ha, like Prakash's opening line. I love this opening line. My favorite opening line of his. He goes up, he goes, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Prakash Daniel. I'm Indian. I've been Indian for a while in my life. It's soft, like it doesn't really land like a hard punch, but I love when he says that because his name is Prakash. He goes up, you see him. What else can this person be? And then he goes, I've been in it for a while. Like it lets your brain go into a lot of different areas. And there's other expectation about stand-up is that people are there to listen to your point of view, you know? So if you go up and you do puns, you have to be really, you know, have zero personality or like have a lot of personality so that people are paying attention to you word word for word and word to word, pun to pun. You know what I mean? James Su is really good with puns because he does not. He looks like he doesn't have a personality at all. He's like a robot. If you see him, like I think he's on Instagram, JAMES_SOO. I don't know what his full thing is. This is bad that I don't know this, but James Su, he's in the scene. He does only puns exclusively. He walks like a robot. He dresses like a robot. His hairstyle is very robotic, and it's great hearing puns coming out of him because it's like seeing a robot trying to make friends. It's great. It's so much fun.
I think I can open a line like by saying that, hi, I'm Puteri and I'm a Malay since Loh Mahfuz. I think that can carry a similar weight to Prakash's opening line. Anyway.
Wait, I'm a Malaysian what?
Like I am a Malay since Loh Mahfuz, like since before I was born.
Okay, but Loh Mahfuz has to be referenced. Everybody understands. So that's the other thing about doing stand up. You have to know what the room likes. That.
So you said that like people want to listen about your point of view, right?
There's an expectation of that, not necessarily by everybody, but there is that. Yeah.
Okay, cool, sure.
Yeah.
So today, how many cookies have you baked?
I didn't bake any cookies. I made a muffin loaf again. So I have this box of what is it? Betty Crocker punya muffin mix that I bought like a long time ago, and they're about to get expired. So I just put them in a baking loaf. I don't like making muffins. Really, I think I don't like muffins. I just like making it in a loaf so I can cut it into slices, and that's how I eat it.
If you can get either Gordon Ramsay or Chef Juan to review your baking outcome, who will you choose and why?
I will choose neither, but if I have to, I will choose Jamie.
You choose who?
Because Jamie.
Okay, it's not an option, but
you said Gordon or Jamie?
Yeah, I know. Why?
Wait. No, wait. Who's the option again?
Either Gordon Ramsay or Chef Juan.
Oh, Chef Juan. Sorry, why did I say Jamie? Chef Juan or Gordon. I think Chef Juan. Yeah, because we've met and, and he'll remember me. Yeah, we've met, he'll remember me, and then I'll be like, hey, so I made the thing, and he'll be nice. Gordon, no, I don't think so. I wouldn't even let him see my kitchen because it's not clean. It's mess because I'm passionate and I make things,
Well, Chef Juan is the only one anyway, so.
Right. See, that's the thing again. I feel like the other weakness of puns is you have to read them sometimes. Like I understood what you were trying to do. I'm doing my best here to give you a lot, but I mean that's all you're gonna get here.
You're
unfortunately,
just pretend like I sent you a bunch of try hard human.
Don't you think you try hard?
Fine.
No? Is that not? No, is that a bad thing though to say that you try hard? Why is that an insult?
I invest in my puns and I'm proud.
I'm glad you're proud of it. Be proud of it. Be proud and be very far away from me when you be proud of it. Because I appreciate puns for what they are. Here's the thing about puns. You see puns everywhere. People forget this. Like if you're at a restaurant, you see puns in the menu.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to come to a comedy club that has the puns on the menu, and then you go on stage and you give puns as well. It better be a pun competition.
On corporate level.
So yeah.
And what the gift will be the epitome of capitalism. Whoever can come up with greatest puns in their businesses.
Is that a thing? That's not a thing.
That's not
You're
a
suggesting
thing.
that to happen.
That's just another thing in another alternate universe of this fucked up country. Okay, anyway, please bear with me. It's a very bad day for me. I'm just so exhausted.
Is it bad though? What is you're from work? Do you want to talk about it or do you want to talk about other things?
I'm just frustrated that Rishi Kapoor passed away. Like I'm a Bollywood freak and he passed away. And like today is a very, very bad day for media. I work in media, by the way, guys. Whoever that listen to the podcast. I know it doesn't matter, but just matter of context. So
it's good for people to know. It's fine.
A lifestyle.
Yo, are you worried about the state of media?
Huh? Sorry?
Are you worried about where media is gonna go?
I would say I do. Can you just imagine like a publisher with 20 titles shut down just like that today? And just imagine this, like you wake up in the morning, you want to do your task, you want to submit your articles to a website or whatever system that you have, and you cannot access to the system. And you're wondering like, hey, what's happening? Why can't I access to the system? And then when you open your email, you got the letter like, hey, our business is shutting down and effective today. No, what kind of fuckery is that? But that's what's happening to print media these days, man. Like, oh my god, like when we got the news, like because my job is to break news in the industry. So when I got the news, I was like, no, I was thinking of like these 200 staff that is affected from the cease operations. A lot of business has stopped operating. To be honest, point like hotels been shutting down, print media has stopped, suspended publication or even just like shut down and everything. So it's just like a bit agonizing on my end lah to like kind of do my job while actually trying to empathize with these people putting lah.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult. I in the previous episodes, it's inevitable to talk about the lockdown and stuff. So my assumption or like my thing is I think it's gonna go on for a lot longer and it's gonna be very bad for a lot of people, and I don't plan for things outside of the MCO. Like I don't like to imagine the idea that it's gonna be lifted anytime soon. So I do all of my planning now based on if this lockdown is gonna go on until the vaccine is announced. I will not change any of my plans for anything.
Okay.
So that's what I think. So what do you have like some optimism or like do you have an expectation of when the lockdown is gonna be over, or how do you feel?
I would just say cannot lah until like the vaccine is out, right? Like maybe the MCO can. I always tell myself like, okay lah, MCO might end by August, I think, but
right.
You really can't tell anymore.
That's your prediction, huh? You put money on that August. I mean, don't put money on it because gambling is haram, children.
I put money
but
on
August,
it, knowing that 99% I'll lose. So it's a very
wait. But you plan for August lah. You have the expectation August will be done.
No, I don't say that I have any plans or what lah. Just that finally I might need to wake up early in the morning and take 2 trains to work again, or maybe at least can see people awkwardly. Like for real though, I cannot foresee how we are going to interact with each other once episode is over. Like when I see you, like hey, what's up? 1 meter away, 5 feet apart. Wait, that's a movie. And like, do we fist bump? Do we shake hands? Do we hug? Do we do
no? Because I won't be outside.
No,
I'll be like inside. Everybody's out. I'll be like, nah. I'm gonna wait for some of you to see what happens, and then I'll be like, is everything really alright? I don't know. Because as much as I want things to go back to normal again, I don't think, just my rational brain like I had some days to like think about this and agonize over this, but I'm like, it's gonna be very bad for a lot of us, for everybody, and I just have to like plan as if that's the case. One thing that I kind of have comfort in, and I've shared the sentiment somewhere else probably, is that my whole existence as a person outside of the plague has been like, oh, I'm anxious and I overthink and I'm depressed a lot because I'm always worried that things are wrong. Like I don't believe that things are okay in real life. But now that there's a plague, everybody feels like that, so I feel normal. And
what is normal? Come like, again. What is normal?
See, everybody's like, oh, the
normal
new normal
could be a pudding.
So it's
what is normal?
No, like people are like, oh no, the new normal. We have to be okay with like crying. We have to be okay with like not being productive. I'm like, I'm like this all the time, son. Now you're in my house. Welcome to Depressed Island. Look at all this. This is where I cry. This is where I sleep. Am I pointing to everywhere? Exactly. Hey. So like, yeah, now finally I'm like, oh, everybody's behaving like me now. Surprise. So I feel great. I mean, not great. I feel like on the baseline, I feel quote unquote normal. I am now the average of everybody's anxieties and depressions. I'm not the outlier anymore, and I'm good about that.
No, you're like, I am the cool guy. I'm so used to this already. What new normal? Oh, welcome freshies. Welcome to hell.
Wow, you're calling my life?
No.
I'm
just imagine like, if I am by default, like I am unbothered, I am indifferent with MCO, right? No matter like when the sun set or when the sun rise, I just still do my shit in my own house, and like people be like, oh my god, we are in strange times. What strange time are you talking about? Seriously, are you taking my time as strange? So.
Yeah, exactly. I here's my genuine annoyance. Like the only thing that is making me really annoyed about the lockdown, like genuinely annoyed, is people insisting that I be productive. I hate that so much.
Why do they want you to be a product?
No, like they want, like, hey, come to the meeting. Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you? I'm finding it very difficult to like look for reasons to be quote unquote busy, because before this, I do a lot of other things, but a lot of different people. So then, if I have like 5 things on my task list, I say, oh, I can't do thing A because I'm doing thing 2. I can't do thing 2 because I'm doing thing B. I can just not do anything by saying to different people that I'm doing different things while doing all of it, right? Yep. So now, I don't have an excuse anymore. I can't go, all right, bye, I gotta go, what? I'm in the house. You know what I mean? Okay, I gotta run. I run where? I barely run anywhere. So it's that is annoying. Like people are reaching out to me like, hey man, you blah blah blah. I'm happy to oblige if you're in some kind of emotional crisis and you look to me for comfort. I'm okay. If you want to hang out and play games, it's fine. But please don't expect me to be like productive and working in this time.
Yep. Like you need to get like 20 certificates in one shot.
No, just let me be lazy, because surprise, that's what everybody should be doing. You all now have to do a depression nap like me, right? You all have to do this. Then now you understand what I'm going through. So be empathetic to my situation.
Like on my end, like, you know how am I, right? Like I scream like, hi Muzak, like from like 200 meters away when I see you, right? So like I am that loud, right? So but I'm surprisingly doing okay. Like I find myself like being so happy that I don't have to commute, like I don't have to see some of my colleagues. I hope they don't listen to this podcast. And but a lot of people, like I feel the need to like, okay, you know what? Just call like some of my friends that I haven't spoken in a while. So when I call them, right, and they be like, oh Puteri, I hope you're okay. I know you are a super extrovert. Like, what extrovert? I'm doing okay. No, what is this?
No.
Why are you assuming that I'm having somewhat like a reset button in my life? Like, oh, this MCO is gonna making me another human being. No, I'm still me. I am me. So I am okay.
People do want to care, and I let them care.
Oh, yeah, okay lah.
You know what I mean? No, I mean it's part of being loved and being cared for is to allow other people to help you. If you don't do that, it's not as gracious. But I do get people who ask me how I am, but it's only after I reach out. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. I do. Here's the vibe that I have, that I think maybe why I don't get that kind of messages a lot. You know me just enough to know the vibe I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't mean the vibe I put off. I mean I don't mean the vibe I express, that I choose to express, but like the vibe I have. Like if people look at me from far away, they're like, this guy's probably doesn't want to talk to me, right?
Okay.
No, you don't agree with this?
No, I think I don't know. Like you're talking about your vibe, is it? Like, I think when I first saw you, I was like, oh, I wanted to go this format so bad, but I'm very shy.
Okay. But what I understand about my face is that I have a fuck you vibe.
No,
and I'm aware of that.
No, I just feel like I don't want you to have like, who's this freak?
Like I do know that that's the face I have, that's the voice I carry, and like people. I'm a little. There's a combination of aloofness and standoffishness that people put on me just on sight. So because of that, people tend not to bother me, and I'm glad for that because I've adapted that into my whole deal. And I'm not confrontational, but I'm not scared of confrontation. So like when people say stuff, I will tell them, and that often means they have to listen to me talk, which often is punishment enough for people to ask me how am I. So yeah, I'm glad that the MCO. I mean, not glad lah. I'm fine. I'm in the bubble of, oh, all right. Let's see how long. Well, not really. I don't mind. Boo, let's just keep going. My thing that you know what I mean. Like, if I want to turn on my empathy button and really, this is a true thing. I talked about this in a previous episode. I still don't feel good at all about asking people to deliver stuff for me, like the grocery services or food services. I've done that, I think, once this entire lockdown, because I feel very, very bad for forcing other people to go out and like get stuff for me. Like I can't do it. I'm not. I have legs.
But you
I
cannot
feel really
go out.
bad. Yeah, I know, but I can go out. We're still not yet at the level of bila keluar kena, go out of your house. You have to do a permit thing. I think that's what they're doing in Wuhan or something. I think in Wuhan the government gives you groceries and then you're not allowed to go out of the house. I don't know what the rule is. I didn't read up on that. But
I think it's time for you to discover drones and just like fly one to get like, I don't know, KGB burger or maybe Mama Ayam.
Okay. The drone. Here's the thing about drones, though. Like, if I want to go to send a drone out to KGB to order a burger, guess what KGB has now? They have a free drone. Now they can deliver. Now they can deliver burgers via drone to whoever. And guess what that customer has now? A free drone from KGB. So I don't want that to happen. I don't think drones is the move. I feel like, I mean, I'm very self-sustainable. I cook, and I like going out to get groceries. So aside from,
are you that self-sustainable to that extent that if things go south and all of a sudden we need to grow our own food, like, are you that self-sustainable? Or
no, because I am in an apartment, so I need to figure out how to grow food.
Well, people grow wheat via hydroponic in Mont Kiara. Like, you definitely can grow toge or something.
But you can't eat weed.
Oh, okay, lah, fine.
Nasi ganja is not actually ganja. Nasi ganja is like, I don't know what it is. I've never had it.
My God, why? Why you never tried nasi ganja? It's the best food in the world. You know what? We should go to Ipoh and I'll bring you to this local hidden gem. I'm not going to tell in this podcast. I'll tell you after we finish the recording. It's so good.
Wow.
Like, one thing that I miss the most about not going, like, cannot going out for himself. Like, I miss my random trips to Ipoh. Their food is so great.
Oh yeah, well, you're based in Ipoh, can your parents?
My parents are in Taiping. My significant other is in Ipoh. Have you been to Ipoh quite often?
I'm trying to remember if I've been. I have a memory of being there once for, I think, a wedding or something, but not really for any significant amount of time. But I do know from watching this show called Jason's Food Trails or Jason's Market Trails. Jason's Market Trails on Netflix is a Malaysian-made series that's on Netflix. Very underrated. It's about food. That Ipoh has a lot of good food spots. Here's the thing. With you specifically, now I'm putting you on blast because you have this thing where you argue about food, and I remember like being sebo on your Twitter about this. You have a thing where the cake pisang thing. Can we talk about that? What is this argument again?
Wait. Which argument? I have
the cake pisang. The cake pisang one. Yeah. I remember having an opinion about it, but I forgot what it is. Okay, what is it? Just tell everyone.
So I love kek pisang with all the fiber in my soul. Okay. So like, I was telling my boyfriend like, oh sedapnya dapat kek pisang, and then he be like, oh sedapnya secah teh. I'm like, guys,
Right.
why would you
Right.
cicah cake
Okay.
with it? And then you come in with a very good advice. You say that, guys, this is such a fun banter, but you guys are wrong. I eat it cold from refrigerator. I was like, no. What is this abomination? No. It doesn't work that way. Cake pisang, you eat during tea
Let's
time.
settle this now. Okay. And then
And then eat it as it is. Sedap dimakan begitu saja. It is as it is.
okay. Okay. Now, here's why this thing is a little like, to me, macam when you say there's good food in Ipoh, are you gonna bring me there? I need to agree with a lot of your other tastes in food
Okay,
before I'm gonna
fine.
trust you to bring me to a different state. Okay. Now, when you say cake pisang, can you describe to me what a cake pisang is? Because there are different forms and different versions of it,
Okay.
and some are good with teo and some are not. So let's hear.
My ideal cake pisang is the one that is in loaf yang jual dekat kedai. And I don't know, when I say this cake pisang, I love them equally.
don't know.
So,
But there are different versions. So the one I make and the one that I like has very dense crumb. It's very very tightly packed, and so the crumb is very dense and it crumbles very easily. You cannot cut thin slices. Okay, that's the one I know. There are also other versions of cake pisang that has a lot of liquid content, and they're like very fluffy and very airy. Those ones, when you soak them in any liquid, it gets very soggy very fast, in a good or bad way, depending on if you like your thing dunked. So which cake pisang spectrum are you talking about here? Are you talking about the dense crumb version or talking about the light fluffy ones?
I never been this philosophical when I think about the texture. So I just like love them all.
See, this is why we're not going to agree
Well,
about the Ipoh
well,
thing
to
until
be
I find
fair,
out more
I'm a-
about your pisang
To be
politics.
fair, I'm a picky eater anyway. So, but
You picky eater?
I'm a very picky eater. So,
Wow, this is already several problems in a row. This can't happen.
But I bet the listeners will agree that cake pisang, no matter the texture is, like it's too as it is. You don't need to cicah teo lah. Later the teo will taste like banana.
Alright.
How?
Okay, right. So now let's talk about the dunkers versus the non-dunkers. Dunking is a thing that you do, which is optional, but some people prefer it, right?
Okay.
So like the dunking augments the flavor of the thing, of the liquid that is the dunked into, and also the thing that is dunked, right? So some things are made to be dunked, like Oreo.
Yep.
Oreos are supposed to be dunked in milk. That's why milk is on the packaging, even though it doesn't come with milk. So when you dunk a thing, you're not disrespecting the thing that you're dunking it. You are saying, this is good, I like it, and I like it with this, right? You agree on this?
Okay.
Okay, so will you eat cake pisang with teh? As in not dunking. You have teh and then you have cake pisang. Would you do that?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I wouldn't
Right,
eat cake
so-
pisang with air kosong.
Right. Okay, right. So, wouldn't it stand to reason, like when you eat cake pisang and then you drink it, you're dunking it later in your esophagus? Isn't some dunking happening? Like some merging of these two elements are happening in your body in some form. You're just not putting the act of dunking in the cup before the mouth happening. You know, it's all harmony in the end. I feel like this dichotomy is a false one. You don't have to choose.
This is like you're saying that we need to eat like butter chicken gibril and dip it with Coke because eventually it got mixed up in our stomach. It doesn't work that
No, I
way.
didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, that's not what I said.
No.
See, there's no elemental change when you.
Why it's
when
not the
you-
same?
It's not the same
core is
because
there.
you. Nah. Okay. Oh well, it's samey, but it's not quite the same. I guess. Okay. The dunking thing is possibly like an activity that a person does with their cake to keep their busy hands happening. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just like twisting an Oreo and licking it. You know, you don't have to. You might think other people who do it are gross, but that doesn't mean what they're doing is wrong. You know, I say you dunk when you want to, or you don't if you don't. I feel like there's a disagreement happening here.
No, I stand by the idea that you eat cake pisang as it is.
Oh man. Yeah. The cake pisang with a tight crumb, you eat it on its own. The light cake pisang, you can dunk with tea. I feel like that's a good move. And everything else, you gotta debate me on this.
Okay lah, I have this stupid imaginary like when you dunk the fluffy cake pisang, right? Like the one yang very spongy, right?
Yeah.
Into teh O.
Yeah.
I imagine the cake pisang to be SpongeBob. I'm sorry. I think that's one of the biggest blockage for me to dunk my cake pisang. I was like, no, I'm not turning it to SpongeBob. No. Because SpongeBob lives underwater.
Why would it be SpongeBob?
Because sponge absorb water. That's why.
Right. But it's not sponge bread, banana pants. It's a cake.
I sound so stupid now. But yeah.
Do you dunk anything else in tea? Do you dunk anything else in teh O?
Teh O, no. I enjoy tea as it is.
You don't dunk the butter biscuits in there, biscuit tiger or anything? No, really?
No. I only dunk Oreo in milk because that's how we are conditioned to eat it that way. Like
conditioned to, so it's not even your preference.
but it does taste more delicious when you dunk it in milk. but then you don't see teh O on cake pisang packaging, right? Like with like recommendation best dunk in teh O.
Cake pisang packaging. First off, if you buy cake pisang in the stores, you already made a few mistakes in a row. You know?
Why are we debating about cake pisang?
Because you can make cake pisang. Cake pisang, okay, here's the thing. Cake pisang, right? You don't really want banana bread. You don't really want cake pisang. What has happened is when you see cake pisang in the kitchen, what has happened is somebody didn't finish their bananas on time. That's all that happened. You know? It is as a thing of existence. The banana bread is not really something in anybody's favorite list, I think. And if it is, then this person lives in a household full of rotten bananas, and that's not a problem, you know, but it is an artifact of what this device is. It's like saying your favorite bread product is roti telur. You know what happened? Your roti has gone bad, and you're making roti telur due to some, you know, money saving endeavor, and that's not wrong. It's just the history of the food product. So when you go out and see a cake pisang packaged and there's a picture of a teh O in there, man, something has gone terribly wrong with the pisang, with the number of bananas in your kitchen. You know, you either don't buy a kitchen for yourself, or like you go out to, like, if you buy cake pisang in the packaging, to me feels the same as if you go out to you pergi mama and then you minta nasi putih dengan telur. Bukan nasi telur, nasi putih dengan kicap. Like, this is struggle food. Why are you out here?
I'll just pretend that this whole conversation didn't happen, particularly this bit. No, it's a no and from me. You know, I have this. I don't know if you have this like silly beliefs about food, but I did once. Like I'm a fan of apple pie, McDonald's apple pie particularly.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great, right? So I love this apple pie, and then like
right.
when I went to uni, so in my semester 1, so I went to McDonald's and I buy apple pie, and then my friend told me like, why are you eating that? Apple pie is a scam. It's just caramelized potato. I stopped eating it.
Oh no, this person was trying to pick a fight with you.
I stopped eating it for like 6 months, and into 7 months.
What, 6 months?
I am that
from a person who was trying to mess with you.
I am that lurus bendul, and then like in 7 months kan, I cannot tahan anymore. I like, you know what? I don't care if you're potato or apple. I'll eat you because you're gorgeous. You're delicious. So until today, I don't know it's apple or caramelized potato. I'll just think it's apple.
But you do know, right?
I do know. I think I'm inclined to the idea that they are not using caramelized potato.
I'm sorry, you're inclined to the idea. You're not sure if it's apple. This is important because you can't give me food recommendations.
Okay, it's apple.
It's apple, right? You know it's apple, yeah. It is because it is apple. So this person who came up to you and said, you know, there's blah, 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 right? I want to know if this person secretly like went into your room because you stole their boyfriend or what. Because this sounds like something like a revenge sentence somebody tries to do, like what you did to the
But do you have those
to the
things or
poor
not?
garden girl with the.
Do you
What?
have those beliefs or not? Like when you eat tembikai, like if you eat it with the seeds will grow in your stomach and tembikai will grow up from your tummy. Do you have those when you grow up?
I think the belief I have was with chewing gum, where if you swallow a chewing gum, something happens. But I know it's bad. But I watched the episode of the Magic School Bus where they follow a chewing gum through the kid's body, and turns out it's fine. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's just not very flavorful. But until now, I'll be a little scared to chew gum. But to swallow chewing gum.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, but it's fine. But why are you? Nothing bad happens.
Okay, but just don't do it lah. Like eat it like a normal
Why?
person lah. Like chew until you lose the taste and you buang lah.
Yeah, but it's not, you don't die from it. It's fine. So kids, if you want to swallow chewing gum, if there's one thing you can take away from this podcast, swallow your chewing gum. The more chewing gum you swallow, the better. This is a message from Puteri Nuraaina Balqis.
The public service announcement is brought to you by Mentol Pecah.
Yeah. But this message is supported by Puteri Nuraaina Balqis. It was her idea to say this. And if you're in the hospital, just say, "Oh, but the pun girl said okay."
I didn't say okay. Okay. At least if you want to swallow your chewing gum, don't do it in the daytime if you're a Muslim. Puasa, okay? Puasa. You can do it during
If you're
sahur
in the
instead.
fasting month lah. If you're in the fasting month, why are you even chewing gum in the first place?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you feel like, oh my god, this is such a valuable takeaway from the podcast. Might as well try it the next day.
Wow. Right. Well, kids, don't do any of that. If there's anything to take away from this, is that puns are not funny, except when they're funny. Banana bread is good, however you eat it.
Why are you?
Don't listen to the haters.
Why are you causing a rift in our friendship?
And I see, there's the thing. If you already think there's a riff, there's no riff. There's just an understanding that I'm not gonna follow you around if you're gonna say that some food is great. I'm just gonna be extra skeptical. That's all. We're
But
still
that
friends.
nasi
Don't worry
ganja
about
damn
that.
sedap way. Not gonna lie, serious.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, I'm nodding for sure. So, all right.
Your pessimism is screaming through my earphone.
That's you. I'm planning the whole MCO to be until 2022. So you know where my level of optimism is about everything. Yeah. Okay, I'm about to wrap this up. Thank you for spending your time to talk with me, Puteri.
Yup. Thank you so much for allowing
No
me
worries.
babbling here. Please don't say
Thank
it
you
to
everybody
invite
for
me.
listening. Okay, no problem. If you want to check out Puteri's punnings, she is at AYYPUTERI on Twitter. Hey, Puteri. And anything you want to plug? You want to tell people about stuff going on?
I just want to say, please listen more to Mentol Pecah. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. And thank you to you, the listeners. This has been this episode, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Love each other.